Welcome in to Cozy's Ghost Adventures. Today, Junior, I'm going to tell you a story about the Outhouse Watcher of Widow's Island. They say Widow's Island, a rocky forest-draped speck of coast of Washington State, is cursed. A place long abandoned by loggers and fishermen alike. That's right. But in the summer of 1982 in the building, a man named Ray Collins, former park ranger turned recluse, decided to spend a month alone in a one-room hunting cabin out there. Just hoping for peace, solitude, and maybe a few good fish stories. Who doesn't like fishing, right? Wrong! Just kidding. Ray, very used to the wild, spent most of his adult life outdoors. He'd seen the bears. He'd seen the mountain lions. Even an albino moose a time or two. Believe that. Believe that. Albino moose in the building. But what he met on Widow's Island was none of those. By day, the island was still. Almost too still. No birdsong, no squirrels. Just the whisper of the wind in the pines, of the crash of the distant waves in the background. A lot going on in that sentence. Ray dismissed it as natural lull. By the fourth night, not 3, but 4. By the fourth night, that all changed. It started with the outhouse. Around, you guessed it, midnight, Ray stepped out into the fog to relieve himself. You know, that's what you do when you're in the woods. You gotta go, you gotta go. You gotta go, you gotta go. So he stepped out there to relieve himself. The outhouse sat a good 55 feet. 5'5". 55 feet from the cabin is where the outhouse was. It was tucked into the trees. Because you don't want to keep it that close. But you don't want it to be that far either. You know what I mean? So he brought his flashlight, you know. Didn't think twice of it. He's done it a million times. You know what I'm saying? But the batteries were low on his flashlight. Oh, diggity dog. The beam flickered weakly as he walked. He was like, shit. Am I going to make it with this flashlight? I don't know. As soon as he opened that outhouse door, he froze. The smell hit him first. Not sewage. That was expected. You know what I'm saying? An outhouse in the woods. Something sour, musky, and wrong. Like wet fur and rotten meat. Ugh. And then he heard it. A deep rumbling grunt from the tree line directly behind him. Rah. Rah. Ray, he turned. Nothing in the beam. He stepped inside the outhouse anywho, nervously latching the wooden door behind him. And that's when the shuffling began. Something large, something heavy, circling. And then a thud. Boom! Against the side of the outhouse. It shook him to his core, as you can imagine. And then another. Boom! It was a lot louder than that. I was just giving you an example. Something was pushing the outhouse, testing the structure. Ray held his breath. What is going on out there? And then silence. He waited. Suddenly, the door rattled violently. The door started rattling violently, like something was trying to tear it off the hinges. A huge hand, twice the size of mine, slapped the top of the roof of the outhouse like that. 5 fingers, thick as sausages, visible through the cracks. He could see the hands through the cracks. Ray screamed for his life, booted the door open, and sprinted barefoot through the cold dirt back to the cabin. He then proceeded to lock his door, turned on every single lantern in the cabin, sat with his rifle across his knees until morning, till daybreak. The next day, he found the massive footprints in the mud. 18 inches long. I mean, guys, 18 inches. That's like, bro, for real? Yeah, 18 inches long. With 5 distinct toes on each one. Around the outhouse, he found broken branches, tufts of black-brown hair, and deep scratches gouged into the wood. He tried to radio for help. No signal. No signal out there. For the rest of the week, it came back every single night. Never seen fully, but always heard. The grunts, the breathing, the heavy footfalls. It would slap the walls of the cabin to let Ray know that he was there. Jostle the doorknob. Tap on the glass. Give it a little tappity-tappity, did that Bigfoot. It never tried to break in, though, because it obviously could have, with the massive size of the beast. But it was just toying with Ray. Well, guys, on the final night, it left something for Ray. A dead deer, torn nearly in half, shredded, unbelievably, just outside the outhouse. Ray took it as a warning or a gift. Not sure. He was not sure. He didn't know what was worse. I mean, what would you think? A gift or a warning? I don't know. So Ray left the next morning, rowing his kayak 3 miles back to the mainland. That's where I like to be at, is the mainland. You know what I'm saying, guys? The mainland is the place to be. He never returned to Widow's Island after that. Said he knew that he wasn't alone out there. And something, if it wanted to, could eat his ass very easily. To this day, hikers and crabbers out in the lake report hearing strange howls from that island at nighttime. No one dares to stay overnight anymore, especially near that old cabin. And no one, and I mean no one, ever uses that outhouse anymore. For if you do, Bigfoot will get you. The end. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you want more cool stories like this one, comment down below and we'll see you guys in the next one. Cozy out. Peace.